All right, we should be live now. What's up, ladies and gents? Ryan and Matt here, DFS 5-Pack. Click that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the station if you are brand new to it. We talk a lot of daily fantasy sports over here, and it is time for a little baseball discussion.
Yeah, we got a massive 14 gamer, ton of good pitching options. Excited to talk it out with you.
All right, guys. Don't hesitate. If you're looking for something new to do in the world of DFS, you hear us talk about our good friends over at Drafters a couple times a week. They got a phenomenal platform over there, a lot of fun to play with. Our promo code is DFS5Pack, but more importantly, I got a link to a Facebook group down there. If you would be interested in playing and come and run with some of the boys over here, it's really easy to do. We do $10 drafts quite often. Just invite yourself to the Facebook group below. I'll give you acceptance. We'll be ready to rock, and you can come play with us as soon as this week.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Cannot wait to get another one with you.
Weekly and monthly memberships are available through the website. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. And we see pitching close today, a little bit different, but the guy that we both agree on is the hound dog himself, Chris Bassett. Good matchup with the Seattle Mariners, who are, well, they're not a very good baseball team. I think you guys all know that. He's had a big spike in strikeouts this year, and I've seen enough of it to think that he's made some adjustments in the offseason that he's just going to be a little bit more strikeout dominant. I think he's moved from like a 8-9K per 9 guy to more like a 10-11K per 9 type of guy, which on the DraftKings website where they heavily reward the strikeout, that's big for him. He's a good pitcher, got a nice floor, nice upside, 20 plus and 7 and 8. I see no reason not to go here.
Yeah, he looks really good coming off one of the better performances of any pitcher all year. Complete game shutout, 2-hitter against the Angels. We've always been Bassett fans, especially at home, pitching like a true number one this year so far. Don't know that that's going to hold up all year, but he's in another great spot tonight against a Seattle lineup that you just said is not very good. Even on a slate with a ton of good pitching options, he looks like the top of the class at 9-1.
Yeah, also maybe no Kyle Lewis today. Not that Kyle Lewis is, Barry Bonds or anything like that, but they might have one of their other better hitters out of the lineup.
Amen.
All right, next up. So we're going to talk about the Royals a little bit early on today. Went through the 14-game slate on the members-only video, and the thing that we definitely agreed upon is using some of the Royals as cheap pieces makes a lot of sense today. We got a couple of them that we're going to bring up, and we're going to start with today's cover boy, Hunter Dozier. 38 DK points over the past 4 games. So his season-long numbers are not good. I know batting average is not valued the same way that it used to, but there's no arguments. 147 is not a good batting average. The OPS of 571, not great, but this guy is better than the numbers. He missed some time on the IL, so it's a smaller sample size with him. And he's starting to see the ball better lately. He's got 38 DK points over his past 4 games. He's only 2,600 with dual eligibility at both third base and outfield. He's in a good matchup with Will Crowe, who usually will blow. He's better than this. He's dirt cheap, and as a stack, they are very affordable. But even if you want to stack somewhere else, you can use 2 to 3 cheap pieces at Kansas City, and this allows you to basically do whatever you want with the rest of your lineup.
Yeah, Will Crowe is not good. The Royals are in a good spot here, and they're really cheap. A bunch of these guys are under 3K. Dozier included, one of the better guys on the slate as far as value hitter goes, and he looks good right now at the plate. So, again, in cash games as part of a mini Royal stack, plug him in.
All right. Speaking of the Royals, you got a guy you want to go with, which is Edward Olivares. He's having a great season, batting .429. Haha, he's only played 2 games, but guys, he's 2K, and I know he hasn't been playing a lot, but he's here now. He's playing, and he's 2K, and he's looked good his first 2 games.
Yeah, he hit 6 last night. Might be moving up a little bit with Mondesi's out, so you're going to get a 2K guy in the middle of the lineup, guy that can run a little bit, got some power, in one of the best spots on the slate against Will Crowe. What's not to like?
He's kind of an unknown player. So the other side of this is if he doesn't move up in the lineup and say he's batting in the 7 hole today, he's not going to be abundantly popular. Like if all of a sudden like he's batting 1 or 2 at 2K, like he's huge chalk. But if he's batting farther down the lineup and is a name that not a lot of people know that will go a little bit more unnoticed, now you get him at a lot lower ownership. So there's good reasons to like him in both spots.
Agreed.
All right. Next up, Jonathan Scope. So I got this guy under my cash game plays, and quite frankly, don't expect him to be popular today. I don't care. I watched all of his at-bats yesterday against the Brewers, and sometimes players are just feeling it. This guy's got 3 straight multi-hit games. Yesterday, he got matched up with Corbin Burnes, one of the, a good pitcher, to say the least, right? He had great at-bats against Corbin Burnes. Corbin Burnes does not get a lot of great at-bats against him, and when this game was over, The Milwaukee announcers were talking about how Jonathan Scope put his at-bats against Burns were as good as anybody all season long. He is really feeling it right now. He played for Milwaukee for a short basis a couple years ago. He feels comfortable in the ballpark. It is hot here in the Midwest, which means the ball should bump out of Milwaukee tonight. Eric Lauer is not as good as Corbin Burns. I think that might not be a newsflash for many of you. He's got dual eligibility, so you can play him at second base. He also just missed multiple home runs yesterday. I'm talking he hit one over the foul pole that if they had called it fair originally, probably would have been stayed as a home run. Then he just missed one that just went left of the foul pole. This guy is feeling it right now.
Yeah, locked in, seeing the ball really well. Good spot against Lauer. We talked about this in members only video, and I'm with you 100% here.
All right, next up. So Charlie Blackmon, Colorado stack. They're going to be low owned. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so listen, this team is not very good. One of the worst offenses in baseball. But the sun shines on a dog's rear end every now and then. So we got that working for us. But besides that, I was on them on Sunday. They had been shut out for 18 innings in a row. Finally got going, won the game in the ninth inning. Saw a vintage Charlie Blackmon performance. 4 hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 28 DK points. It's impressive when you get to close to 30 DK points and you don't have a homer or a steal. Finally starting to lock in right now. And a couple of these balls might have been home runs had he not been playing in Pittsburgh. I like the whole Rockies lineup as a whole coming in as an unknown stack against Dane Dunning. They're expensive, so while you kind of have to prioritize them, no one's going to do that. So it really lowers their ownership. Dunning, we've seen, been very up and down. This is a bad spot for him in Coors Field. I think the Rockies are feeling themselves right now. Finally got off the snide, put up a couple runs. And I think we see them, carry that over into tonight. A classic Coors spot, and they don't get much love because of their prices. Blackmon is kind of just the one guy I wanted to bring up because he actually had a really good game last week, and he kind of fits that mold of being a really expensive guy that no one's going to go to.
And we already told you about all the Royals guys that you can complement with them. So, they look like they're not very affordable if you want decent pitching. However, complement them with a small mini Royal stack. They have legit really, really cheap guys in Kansas City. So you can play chalky pitchers if you want to. That's up to you. More expensive pitchers. And if you want to go with Colorado, that seems too expensive. It's still pretty easy to prioritize them if you want to go with Kansas City and still have decent pitchers. We played around with the build on the members only video. You can play good pitchers, complement any stack with Kansas City. So it's not that difficult to do.
Agree with you 100%.
All right, guys. That is what we have for y'all today on the 1st of June. Want to wish everybody the best of luck on your NBA and your MLB lineups today. Go get that paper, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.